You just want to get this over with so you can get back to the mall, don't you?
There was a time when one line about Thanksgiving could make an entire country lean toward the television. Carson ruled that room because television still felt human, slower, stranger, and alive in the moment. Tonight, we're revisiting the funniest guests who turned his desk into pure electricity. He seemed to understand America better than all of us today. 1. Rodney Dangerfield turns misery into a weapon. Rodney Dangerfield was not a normal guest. He entered like a man already losing an argument with life and somehow winning the room.
I'll tell you, last week was a rough week for me. I broke up my psychiatrist, too. He told me I'm going crazy. I said to him, if you don't mind, I'd like a second opinion. He said, all right, you're ugly, too.
By the time Carson introduced his New York club, Rodney had already survived failure, quit comedy, and rebuilt himself around one immortal complaint.
I don't know. I tell you, since I'm a kid, nobody wants me around, you know? I mean, the time I asked my old man, how can I get my kite in the air? He told me to run off a cliff. He did a lot of things, my old man. Oh, once on my birthday, he gave me a dartboard with automatic return.
The childhood jokes sound ridiculous. Rodney's whole act came from a real feeling, being unwanted, overlooked, and expected to make everyone laugh anyway.
And with my wife, I got no sex life either. Outside my bedroom window, they caught a peeping Tom sleeping.
His marriage jokes stayed painfully domestic. Bedroom failure became sleeping peepers, kitchen timers, microwaves, and the saddest home appliances in America.
Hi, you're looking wonderful, Rodney.
Eric, thank you very much, Johnny. You look kind of cute yourself, you know that? Very nice. How you doing, all right?
Is it warm in here?
Once he reached the couch, Carson barely needed to steer. Rodney carried New York with him. Cramped blocks, rough neighbors, no breathing room.
No, I mean, in New York, there's not many trees.
There's not many trees.
Well, I live in New York. There's only one tree in my block, you know, and two guys live in it. I'm telling you, it's
You live in a rough neighborhood.
Oh, very bad. Are you kidding? My neighborhood, forget about all kinds of people there.
Yeah.
But this last week, a guy rotated my tires from my car to his.
Watch the handkerchief. Rodney keeps wiping his face like a man under oath, treating every ridiculous complaint like sworn testimony.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's like a heaviness on top of me, Johnny.
Yeah.
It's always there, this heaviness, always right on top of me, you know? Yeah. Other guys get up in the morning, a new day, up and at 'em. I wake up, the heaviness is waiting for me nice, you know? And sometimes I even talk to it. And I say, hi, heaviness. And the heaviness looks back at me, today you're gonna get it good, you know? You'll be drinking early today.
Then, the jokes slow down enough to reveal the machine underneath. Anxiety, age, and that morning heaviness waiting at the foot of the bed.
Of course you do. I move a lot in my bed. I don't know. Bring on the next guy. I don't know what to do.
Rodney knew the exact exit point. One last drinking joke, one command to the host, and Carson completely loses his balance. Most guests tried to survive Carson's couch. Rodney walked in, burned it down, and called for the next act before anyone could recover. 2. Carson fights a cold Christmas crowd. In December 1988, Christmas still belonged to malls, broadcast television, newspaper headlines, and a country already exhausted before the holidays arrived.
Today, the Surgeon General introduced the first safe Santa. We want to know how that works? He has a Velcro lap, so your kid can't fall off and hurt himself. What do I know?
Carson is playing with the safety warning decade. Even Santa gets redesigned like a public health product after Surgeon General Coop's America.
Out in Malibu, Santa jumps through a solar panel and leaves a kiwi in your Reeboks.
Malibu was exploding in price and image. Solar panels, kiwis, Reeboks. fax machines. Carson turns luxury trends into Christmas folklore.
I read today that George Bush is sending out 90,000 Christmas cards this year. Now, the big question is, will Dan Quayle finish licking those envelopes in time?
Bush had just won the 1988 election, and Dan Quayle had already become late-night shorthand for youth, inexperience, and easy trouble.
Speaking of George Bush, the White House is going to have a new dog. What's the president's dog's name? Rex. No, Rex, yeah. Now I know what I'm up against. We got a cruel audience here.
The dog joke touches Bush's famous wimp factor. The audience catches Carson live, and suddenly the crowd gets the bigger laugh.
The president is taking no responsibility for the deficit. He said it wasn't his fault. He came up with the Iron Triangle, which was the news media, members of Congress, and the special interest groups. Iron Triangle is kind of a catchy phrase. It'll probably be remembered by historians a lot longer than you think 1,000 points of light. But a lot of presidents, I'm rushing along here.
Reagan had used Iron Triangle just one day earlier. Carson grabs yesterday's politics and finds the sharper shape, the Pentagon.
Actually blame the deficit on what he calls the Iron Triangle. Now, if I was going to pick a geometric figure to blame the deficit, wouldn't the Pentagon be better than a triangle?
This is Carson's real gift. A rough room, fresh headlines, imperfect jokes, and the nerve to make the recovery part of the show. 3. Betty White makes Carson feel like home.
Well,
How are you?
fine. I haven't seen you in a long time. I mean, except for last night, but I mean, it's been...
By 1986, Betty White came to Carson's desk with history behind her, the kind built through sketches, trust, and years of laughter.
Every time Johnny gets the end to take his clothes off, he calls me, and we either do the First Lady in the locker room or
We did the Tarzan sketch, yeah, Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve, and the water thing.
Well, there are certain
so-
people you feel have an affinity for.
That's nice. Old broads are the best, don't you think?
No, I didn't say that.
Their Malibu sketch became one of those Tonight Show memories people kept retelling, because Betty and Johnny looked happiest surviving the chaos together.
Did you really?
Oh, we loved it. We were giving a wife-swapping party, and nobody would come.
I did.
I loved it.
I think I did.
You worked us over pretty.
The joke lands in the silence between them. Johnny tests the edge, then waits, knowing Betty can make the room forgive him.
You are in a major, funny show. I watch it every Saturday night.
You don't get a chance. When do you get a chance?
Well,
to-
Saturday night. I'm not down here Saturday.
Oh, honey, that doesn't say much for your social life. You poor thing.
That's true.
The Golden Girls was still new, and Betty was finding another peak, decades after most performers would have been treated as yesterday's news.
Estelle is she's a little bowl of jelly.
Yeah.
And I mustn't mention little because she's very self-conscious about being less tall
Petite.
than B.
Yeah.
In fact, I was on here one night with Mary Lou Retton, and she said she was 4'9", and I thought, aha, I finally know how tall Estelle is, because I kind of measured up.
Betty could tease her cast with affection because she understood ensemble comedy, the nerves, the timing, and the love behind every good laugh.
What?
Once you hit on me.
Did I hit on you?
You hit on me once.
I'd always thought about hitting on you.
Yeah, but
As long as we got it out in the open now, I mean, let's get it out.
yeah, you hit on me, but you didn't really mean it. It was kind of between Jones or Joanne's or Joan,
Yes.
one of those, and.
The flirtation feels safe because the friendship feels real. They are not chasing scandal. They are playing a song they both know.
I got this phone message from Johnny from King of the something. What was
That's
it?
where he used to live.
King of Prussia. King of Prussia. That was what it was. Well, you can't take a man seriously when he calls you from King of Prussia.
Enough of that.
After dozens of visits, Betty knew Johnny's desk like familiar furniture. She could sit down, smile, and make the whole room feel invited. 4. Don Rickles, the friend Carson let run wild.
I wished him luck with his lip.
In 1972, Carson and Rickles carried nearly 20 years of trust. Don could charge at Johnny, and the smile arrived before the insult.
You know, and you are. You're an outgoing guy. I just picture you on the wedding night, all that wild vitality and all that, that aggressiveness, Probably sat in a room in his underwear looking at his periscope.
Joanna was still new in Johnny's life. Don touched that fresh chapter with the nerve of someone already welcomed inside the family circle.
Bob likes a lot of ginger ale, and he gets, Whereas Ed didn't do much. He just sat at the table saying, "I'm single." Well, Ed, that's nothing to be ashamed of. He was at the table, and he had this lovely girl, right?
I didn't have a girl at the table.
Oh, it was a monkey.
Their anniversary party held a whole comedy generation in one room. Every name Don drops carries the glow of television's old clubhouse.
Mr. Goodman.
Well, they don't get out often.
No,
yes.
It was so nice. And you kept leaning over saying, "Gee, Mr. Goodman, isn't this a wonderful night?" You brown-nosed.
You ought to try some of that. You might stay on the air.
Julian Goodman mattered deeply to Johnny's kingdom. Mentioning him turns office politics into family teasing at the biggest desk in late night.
And you dumb people come to see me, I am wealthy. I am Johnny Carson. I'm a little farm boy that became a millionaire, and you people are dumb. And I got a beautiful wife and a big house, and little Timmy and 3 sons. There's a wolf in the order.
Rickles knew the Nebraska story everyone loved. The farm boy had become royalty, and old friends were allowed to tug the crown sideways.
And I said to Gene, "Hey, Gene, look at my new Rolls Royce." And he said to me, "Could I drive it?" And his friend of Chasen's, God's truth. And I said, "Please, Gene." And he got in, and this is a guy, graduate, MIT, whatever, engineer, going to the moon. God will be with him, a wonderful man. And he said to me, "Where's the starter?" And I said, "This dumbbell's going to the moon."
Apollo 17 was only days away. In that room, even the moon felt close enough for Rickles to bring down to Earth.
Put a rubber band on your neck and take off. Never liked Ed, never liked Ed. You always like him, that's why you don't invite him out.
We're going to take a...
Put this away already!
That was the warmth beneath Mr. Warmth. Don could scorch the room because Johnny always knew where the affection lived. 5, Robin Williams brings the lightning to Carson.
Called Moscow on the Hudson, and he's gotten some very good reviews. Would you welcome, please, Robin Williams? Flashing the band trick.
Come on home.
You are here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nearly 40 years ago, Robin Williams was between eras. The wild genius from Mork and Mindy, now carrying a serious film into Carson's living room. Television preachers were everywhere in the 80s, loud, hypnotic, and endlessly fundraising. Robin turns that late-night noise into pure electricity.
Playing good father on the beach?
Yes, with my son.
With your infant?
Out there playing with the baby.
Yeah. You don't hang out much at the beach, son. It's the first time I ever saw you.
It was nice, though. It was nice to see a few of the houses left.
Yes, after last
The nice thing about living at the beach, at any moment, you can have a mobile home. Look, there goes Bob and Ted.
His son Zach had just been born the year before. Behind the chaos was a young father learning domestic life in Malibu.
This is... You pick out...
Pick out my clothes? No,
Yes.
someone just goes,
Here, buy this. Take a chance. I don't know. Put some pads in it, maybe. Look, lovely from Quasimodo, Sanctuary Jeans.
Carson gives Robin the perfect anchor. Calm, elegant, still. Robin needs only one visible object to build an entire comic universe.
These are all from the NBC shows that have died the past couple of weeks.
Thank you, Mr. Silverman, for that lovely bouquet.
Robin's mind worked like live television with no delay. Anything in the studio could become a headline, a eulogy, or a punchline.
But now that you're a legitimate actor,
Well,
you
yes.
would come out like John Houseman, you
In
know.
the theatre,
Yes,
my
the
man,
theatre.
Mr. J.
Yes.
God bless him. Real burgers. There's no meat anywhere near it.
Moscow on the Hudson was asking audiences to see Robin as an actor. He answered by demolishing seriousness in real time.
Today, yeah, are you hip current on politics?
No, really, I'm watching the primaries. It's incredible that where's the beef was the main situation. That maybe they have the next phrase will be speak softly and carry a big bun. You never know.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I think they should abolish the
That
primaries
week,
and just have like
politics,
tag team wrestling.
fast food, and campaign slogans were colliding across America. Robin hears the collision and turns it into sport. This was Carson's gift to Robin: a steady desk, a patient smile, and enough silence for lightning to find the room. 6. It came from the Catskill School, where a comic could turn food, family, and fear into one rolling story. Food, cooked low and slow for hours. Buddy turns that old warmth into a whole weather system. Many congregations really did plan burial plots through committees. Buddy takes that practical tradition and lets mortality ring the doorbell too early. 9 carries the Catskills gift: a tiny social truth, a little dread, and enough charm to make death feel conversational. Nightclub craft was patience. He could wander through names, roads, and card games until one phrase opened the trapdoor, gave Buddy room, and the old storybook kept spilling across the desk. 7. Bob Uecker turns a .200 career into gold.
You mean your career, because just playing in the majors, of all the thousands and tens of thousands of youngsters who want to play baseball, the major leagues are the ultimate goal, right?
Well, and I was one of the unfortunate 10,000 that made it, John. I think that was the one thing that, if anything, hurt me in my career. It was making the major leagues.
Uecker's gift was honesty with perfect timing. He played 6 major league seasons, then turned every modest statistic into a punchline.
Someday be a famous baseball player?
I think it, maybe not so much baseball.
No.
But I think it happened before I was born.
Do you believe in that
I believe in it because I did it. You have a lot of kids prior to being born, 5, 6 months before they're born, just laying there and doing nothing. I started, just with sit-ups.
He was a Milwaukee kid who reached the Braves, his hometown team. That made the myth bigger and the self-mockery even sweeter.
I'm not going to sit here and lie about it. The Cardinals were in dire need of a championship. So the Braves sent me to St. Louis, and in 1964, we won the World's Championship over there, and I think I was probably as big a contributor as anybody on that Cardinal club that year. The final 2 weeks of the season, they had me injected with hepatitis where I couldn't play.
The ring was real. Uecker belonged to the 1964 Cardinals, a championship club that became his favorite evidence against himself.
You know, if I'd go up there and get hit with a pitch,
Right.
I enjoyed that. Plus, I would get on base.
Right.
Those were things that used to fire me up. There were some managers that painted a helmet on my target on my helmet, I'm saying. You know, you see stuff like that, you get a little nervous. But I never cared about the game. I always thought after the game was much more important than the game itself.
A .200 hitter understands baseball's cruel little math. Uecker made the body part of the strategy when the bat could not help.
Johnny, I had a very bad case of athlete's foot, which, you know, is one of those deals you don't pay any attention to, you know? And it kept getting worse and worse and worse. Finally turned into jock itch, and then, then acne. Just all up. It started here and then goes right up your body.
All up.
And, you run, your skin falls off. People don't like that.
Yeah,
Catchers were rarely remembered for speed. Uecker turned that limitation into vaudeville, making base running look like stage business.
I'll never forget the '64 season when they give you the championship rings.
Yeah.
The following year. You walk out on the line and they present the rings to you, and they threw mine in the grass. It took about 3 innings to find it, but I got it.
Baseball loves ceremony, uniforms, grass, applause, family watching. Uecker found comedy inside the one sacred object every player wanted.
Maybe we have a film clip like we do with, the big stars when they bring a film clip.
Well, I don't want to look like I'm begging.
Well,
I really don't.
Let's don't do it then.
That is why Carson loved him. Bob Uecker brought baseball glory to the desk, then gently ruined every inch of it himself. 8. George Carlin turns everyday America into comedy. For our final moment, Carson gives the stage to George Carlin, a comic who could turn ordinary American noise into something strangely permanent.
This time they've got a new little gourmet section. I don't know if you're aware of it. It's a gourmet section, and the maitre d' Ulrich was very nice. He gave me a little of everything. First I had the rack of weasel, very good. A piping hot bowl of wolf noodle soup. The loin of gopher was a little underdone. And then, of course, stir-fried mole, curried woodpecker, and topped it all off with some nice candied unicorn McNuggets.
Carlin was following a novelty act, the kind comedians feared. Carson's confidence says everything. This man could survive any room.
That you're living in the 20th century, don't you? Because turkeys all over America will baste themselves in ovens that will later clean themselves.
McNuggets had only reached American menus in 1983. Carlin grabs a fresh fast food symbol and sends it into a stranger universe.
Well, I think they did one time during the Second World War. The pen is mightier than the sword. I think because the typewriter is mightier than the machine gun. But I think it's time for the word processor is mightier than the particle beam weapon. Not all of these things are intended to be funny, by the way. Some of these are more like think about them and drive home.
This is Carlin's America. Old family rituals meeting modern appliances, where even Thanksgiving starts to sound slightly mechanical.
I mixed up the phone numbers for the Schick Center for the Control of Smoking with the Evelyn Wood speed reading course. And I've given up reading, but I can smoke a carton of cigarettes in 10 minutes.
The 80s were learning office computers while fearing space-age weapons. Carlin hears both anxieties inside one old proverb.
I'd like to do my impression of Kirk Douglas and Walter Brennan combined.
Self-improvement was everywhere then. Quit smoking, read faster, fix yourself. Carlin finds the joke in a country always upgrading.
You know what I
Carlin
say?
sounded
If the shoe
spontaneous,
fits, get another
yet
one
his
just
mind
like
was a
it.
careful archive.
I'd like to leave you with
Every
something
stray
intelligent,
thought
but
waited
unfortunately
somewhere
that's out of the
until it
question.
was ready to
Thank you.
shine. Carson's funniest moments lived in the space between control and chaos. One steady host, one fearless guest, and a studio full of laughter that still feels alive decades later. If these classic clips brought you back for a minute, hit like, subscribe, and tell us your favorite Carson guest below.